Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Heavensward. In the last episode, we went and had a chat with Eorzea and learned that the crystals that were being smuggled out of Ishgard were being sent to the Alamegan resistance forces in southern Thanalan, and that Wayu, if I remember how to pronounce that name correctly, was involved, who was, if I remember way back, one of the spy who was spying for the Garlean Empire in the Immortal Flames, if I remember correctly, which that should be right. So, we headed out to southern Thanalan to begin investigating with the Alamegan resistance, and began hearing stories about this new militant faction called the, extremist militant faction within the resistance called the Masks, and they were following a mysterious figure known only as the Griffin. So we went and we heard one of the Griffin's speeches and found out, and ran into Papalimo and Ida, and found out from them that the speaker who we were listening to was merely a double. That the actual Griffin remains hidden, and no one actually knows who he really is, or has even really seen him. So we arranged a meeting with this spokesman, and learned that the crystals were not being used by the resistance to summon their own primal, but rather being delivered to the Amalja to summon their primal Ifrit in exchange for military support from the Amalja in the event that the resistance does launch an attack to try to take back their homeland from the Empire. A dubious arrangement in any case, but throwing in the whole fact that the Amalja now are going to try and summon Ifrit again is bad news. So we are heading over to the Amalja area to see if we can't prevent the summoning of Ifrit, which is Zaharak over here. So we have to talk to Alphino, and we have the glowy aura that lets us know that we're going to be going into an instanced area. So, let's go ahead and have a chat with Alphino and see if we can't stop this from happening. Alright, I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the bowl of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. And I fully expect the Warriors of Darkness to be involved here, because anytime there's a primal being summoned, they tend to show up. And they may even be manipulating this whole thing, well, because, you know, the Ascians are involved and all kinds of stuff. Alright. Several cutscenes are going to play in sequence. As recommended, you said a sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yes, this is going to take a little while. Which is why I did not do this last episode.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the Warrior of Light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alize!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere. If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword!
Let's finish this.
Alright, so we're going to throw down with the Warriors of Darkness finally. Alright. Ladies first. Oh. That looks like you.
You shall fall soon enough.
Oh, that's right. He's linked. Alright, he's being covered.
There's no escape!
Oh, don't want to be in there. Alright. That guy's down. That's left an effect puddle there, so I don't want to stand in that. Right, second wind. Let's drop this out to the edge. Don't necessarily want to go down. Looks like he's got us snared.
It ends now.
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Eorzea!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady. By thy leave.
Even odds, then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them! Make ready! They come! I must have more ether.
All right. I gotta drive you off. Oh, I think I just need to stand here. Okay. So I just need to move in. I would, but I gotta drive this guy off of me first. Do I have like a command or something? I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do. Am I missing an interface element? A blade of light. There it is. Oh, my goodness.
The ether! Ugh, it's not enough!
Drag this out. Alright, transferring more ether. There we go.
I can feel it! Just a little more!
Alright, let's knock that ranger down. Because she's attacking Eorzea. Alright, you.
Hurry it up, neighbor! I'll crush you!
Alright, you are down. Don't have more ether I can transfer. Not quite yet. There we go.
Tis done! With this blade, I banish the darkness!
No. Not like this.
Oh, that was a little bit confusing, but we got it.
Eorzea, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louisoix, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Eorzea, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor. Thank you, Lemine, for everything.
Alright, we are finally onto that cutscene, and I do apologize for that little bit of background noise. I forgot that I had that alarm still set. Alright, yeah, a lot going on there. So the Warriors of Darkness situation has essentially been dealt with by Minfilia heading off to their world to try to save it from the light that is going to devour it. So, we'll maybe at some point eventually see what's come of that. There's some indications in the trailer for the Shadowbringers expansion that's coming up this summer that there may be some information about that. We shall see. But for now, with all of that dealt with, let's go ahead and speak with Alphino here and see what he has to say. Alright, it would seem we are in southern Thanalan again. Minfilia's doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the Warriors of Darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then returning to the first, would they not? But mayhap that was their wish. Alright. So we now still have the issue of the Griffin and his cronies, and what we're going to do about them. Alright, Alphino seems to be at a loss for words, okay? Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere, and this when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals, leave them to me. I will go back into Zaharak and secure them. The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard sulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the masked camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. Alright. And kind of Alice's like sword that she was using is kind of the first introduction that we eventually get to the red mage job that was introduced in Stormblood. Because she eventually ends up becoming a full-on red mage. Alice. Alright. You must be tired, Ayame. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Ascian in white at the Great Library. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Ayame, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I will gladly escort thee unto refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, warrior of light. Alright, we need to go chat with Papalimo, who is back where? There. It might be easier to teleport back to Little Alamigo, but we'll just ride it. So we're just about done the episode, so... I think the issue that I was having in that battle with the Blade of Light was the fact that the text was white on top of all of that white effects that were going on, and I just didn't see it. So maybe that needs to be adjusted a bit, but yeah, we sorted it out eventually. Alright, Papalimo. Well met, Ayame. Alphino said you would be joining us. It would seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals at the Mask's camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharak? Actually... I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it, I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alphino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida? Ida Ralgar be praised, it is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me, in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundabald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Ida here, always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, you see. I got involved with my friends here at the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still in the circle of knowing back then. Right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. How's take me for giving you that mask? Something going on there. We'll see. Alright, we need to head back to the Rising Stones, and I guess meet up with everybody. Well, we'll probably go ahead and call the episode here. So we'll just teleport back to Revenant's Toll. And then we will call it here. We'll go through all of that when we come back. Alright, so, for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.